Erik did great as a manager first season, but I need to bring in some quality players for him. My first target for season 2 is a centre-back, Gonzalo Inacio, a quality player, only 20 years of age, and with a release clause that's way too good to turn down. He also is not that demanding with wages either, which is obviously a huge plus. Now, we received 2 offers for Elanga that I'm going to accept because we have Amad Diallo coming back from his loan deal. However, Anthony Elanga has some other ideas and opts to stay. Ideal. We then released 8 players and had a couple of retirements, including Juan Mata and Edison Cavani. I offered out defenders who I didn't really want and accepted some bids for Tuanzebe and Harry Maguire. But of course, yet again, Harry Maguire rejects. He is basically unsellable at this point and unwanted. And Tuanzebe knew he wasn't wanted and actually decided to leave. See you later. We also sold Eric Bailly to Porto for £18 million. So 2 of the centre-backs out of the 3 have now gone. But I decided to go big and I had an £87 million bid accepted for Jamal Musiala. I maybe should have looked at a left-back, but I kind of wanted to give Rashford, Sancho and Bruno some competition for some minutes. Plus, Musiala is just 19 and already incredible with a fantastic potential on this game. Not to annoy the young lad raised in England, I gave in to his demands of £300,000 a week. But to be fair, Cavani was on a similar wage. Imagine being on that at 19. Musiala signed and on the same day scored in a Phil Jones testimonial. I then accepted a bid for Martial, loan to buy, and become curious as to Ten Hag's favourite 11. Quite surprising. The Community Shield did not go well, however. We lost 2-0 to Liverpool following Firmino and Salah scoring the goals, and look how terrible those ratings are. Jadon Sancho on a 5.9. Our first league game, we visit Tottenham Hotspur, and Harry Kane gives Spurs the lead, before Musiala and Ronaldo combine to bang one in off the bar. Ronaldo then scores the winner in the 40th minute for us to get the 3 points. And we followed that up with a draw against Liverpool where Sancho equalised late with the most outrageous header I've ever seen, making up for the Community Shield. David De Gea then picked up a hernia and will now miss a month of action. So hello Dean, shall we take you off the transfer market now mate and go find your shin pads? Next up we have Bournemouth, but today's video is sponsored by SPITCH. So let me quickly tell you about SPITCH. It is a fantasy footballing app that is brand new to the market that's free to download on your mobile device. At the top of the description there is a link that will help support my channel as well as download SPITCH on your mobile for free. If you're in the UK, Germany or Austria and you're 18 years of age or over, make sure you download SPITCH for free because you could win some cash prizes as well as battle it out against some fantastic people in my community league. There's over 70 people in there right now, including Omega Dad, who is fighting for that top spot. So you might as well jump in there right now, learn how to play SPITCH, and then next season we can have a full-blown season and see who wins across one whole year. But SPITCH is a week-by-week thing. You don't have to have started at the start of the season to enjoy it or to actually win any prizes, and there are no limitations to the amount of transfers that you can make, meaning that you can have a full different 11 every single week should you wish to. So make sure you download SPITCH using the top link and use the second link below to join my community league. Let's get back to the video, and thank you very much for sponsoring SPITCH. We then breezed past Bournemouth 2-0 with 2 late goals, including a Bruno Fernandes penalty, and Ten Hag couldn't speak highly enough about him. I then had a recruitment meeting with Rangnick and Ten Hag, despite us only having £2 million in the transfer kitty. Also, why was Craig Mawson in there? Like, milk and 2 sugars please, Craigie, off your pot. I then had to give out millions of pounds for Champions League bonuses, with Ralph Rangnick getting £800,000 himself, the naughty little minx. We then had the Champions League group draw where we got put into Porto's group, bearing in mind with the amount of Sporting or former Sporting players we have in our team. Young Boys of Switzerland was then added as the 3rd team, and from France, Monaco joined and completed our group. And I'm not commenting on this time and how easy this is. I don't want to jinx it. Now, he might be 37, but Ronaldo scores yet another brace to secure an away win against Brighton in our very last game during this transfer window. This sees us in 3rd place, 2 points behind Chelsea, just after 4 games played. Deadline day again, and the link to Rice continues on. But with a huge offer coming in for Harry Maguire to loan with a £22 million deal from Newcastle, which I simply could not turn down. It's only down to Maguire. And also a similar deal for Martial, which I rejected from Spurs but accepted from AC Milan and Juve. And yet they both rejected. Absolutely fantastic. The window closed with only the few signings we made. Manchester City spending £130 million, however, including bringing in Tammy Abraham back to the Premier League. Now off on holiday, but the highlight of September was a 3-1 victory over that Manchester City team with 2 Ronaldo goals and a Sancho header to secure the win in the Manchester derby. In fact, September was a great month for us, with the only loss coming in the Champions League to Monaco. And this sees us sat at the top of the league and top of our Champions League group as well. But because of the World Cup, we have a lot of games to play in October, and we got our own back through a 4-1 victory at Old Trafford against Monaco in the Champions League. Ronaldo got the first 2 before Wan-Bissaka scored an own goal. A brilliant free kick from Bruno Fernandes and a 4th by Musiala rounded off the game, granting us the 3 points. Another game in which Erik Ten Hag played a narrow diamond, which clearly worked. Other than a penalty loss in the Cup, Erik Ten Hag has won every single game this month as Manchester United manager. Now, we still couldn't shake off Chelsea, who only lost 1 game so far this season and were a point behind us. But it was time to play them, and Lukaku put them ahead early. Luckily, we've got Ronaldo though, who then scored the next 2 goals in the match to put us ahead at half-time. Rashford then showed composure to chip the goalkeeper and make it 3 before Lukaku scored a consolation penalty that clearly wasn't enough to come back into the game. In fact, the only points we dropped was against Southampton all the way up until Christmas. And that's where it all went downhill in January very fast. And just like that, we are now 1 point behind leaders Liverpool, and we've been drawn against Juventus in the Champions League first round knockout stage. No January signings. The first leg went very well with a 3-0 victory away from home. Bruno Fernandes with the first, Ronaldo scoring the second, and a young Amad Diallo featuring and scoring the third from the bench. We didn't, however, show up though against Liverpool, who are now pulling away from us in the Premier League. And we continue to be inconsistent throughout March. However, we breezed past Juve and have now drawn against Bayern Munich, but despite being in second place, our league form is absolutely trash. We put up a good fight in the first leg in the quarters versus Bayern Munich and even took a 2-1 lead through Marcus Rashford. But then Bayern Munich turned it up and scored 2 goals in 6 minutes, 1 through Leroy Sané, and of course that man, Robert Lewandowski, got the winner. On to April, and in the league, our form was awful yet again, only getting 1 victory against bottom of the table Nottingham Forest. And with 5 games to go, we were out of the top 4, which would be absolutely dreadful for us. We need Champions League football. And unfortunately, we fell to the sword against Bayern Munich in the Champions League, 4-3 on aggregate. We put up a bit of a fight, it just wasn't enough. In our final 5 games, we needed a hero. We needed someone to show up. And completely the opposite to what's happened in real life, that man was Marcus Rashford, who scored 4 goals in the first game against Newcastle in a 5-3 victory. And that was 4 of 9 goals in the last 5 games. Bruno chipped it in with a penalty, and it rejuvenated the team to push on throughout. Erik Ten Hag even went back to the diamond formation against Brighton in a 3-1 victory and a great performance. Now, despite going behind early against Bournemouth, we pulled off 2 fantastic strikes, one from Marcus Rashford, and the next from Cristiano Ronaldo to earn another 3 points in our quest for Champions League football. A 1-0 win over 10-man Brentford through Ronaldo's header kept us going, and sees us go to Fulham on the last day of the season yet again, where Rashford turned up in Erik Ten Hag's diamond formation to surely seal Champions League football with 5 wins from the last 5 games. And it was enough. We jumped all the way back up to second place from 5th, but still some way behind Liverpool, who are yet again crowned champions. Now, the board are somewhat happy still with what they've seen, but another trophyless year, and that might change next season. And they have given us another £90 million to bring in some new faces for Erik Ten Hag. Ronaldo with the most goals again, but good to see the supporting cast chipping in with goals and assists. I do, however, think it might be a time for some new striker options and possibly some new fullbacks to provide those strikers. The diamond formation appeared 27% of the time, and it seemed to get the job done from what I saw when it was in use. Other than that, Ten Hag stuck with the 4-2-3-1. I then triggered Ronaldo's contract extension for 1 more year at the age of 38, but I do think he needs some striker options to help him come in this summer. But Jamal Musiala is still a stud, and Gonzalo Inacio is getting better day by day. So Erik, go off and enjoy your holiday, mate, and Ralph, stick the kettle on. Let's have a recruitment meeting, find me some gems. And as Season 3 is already out, I'll pop it up on the screen right here for you to select. If not, make sure you press subscribe so you do not miss it, and check out SPITCH down in the description.